Oh, no.
Yo, I triggered him.
Dang. He said you got the Skid Row shape hook.
Waldo and Ewok, none of these guys are sponsored, but they're both living in the same area. If you're from Brevard, hit up either one of these guys. Number 1 and 2, respectively, on the PR. Most likely, if Polonian has anything
I feel like
to say.
you're supposed to be the scout, man. You're supposed to be the one that's.
Yo, I'm trying to help out my boys, bro.
But only one of these guys can win here and lose his finals.
That's true. Only one of these guys is going to Grands. It might be Waldo if Ewok's playing games off stage here. But Waldo getting pivot grab there. Coming out from Ewok. Ewok trying to keep this even. Does find the cross slash here, and that's so much percent, man. I think 12% at if you get all the hits. But regardless, it's just, if you get that one after another, the safe pressure, it's so good. Ooh, look at that. A little mix-up you see there. Kind of jumping away, jumping right back to the action with the Mr. Pogo Stick.
I like that. Charge got the limit. And that kind of forced Waldo to start thinking, overthinking, actually.
Exactly. You got to get him to that point, bro.
And at 120, man, Ewok rocking about half the damage he's putting on to Waldo here. Rocking the cross-ups.
Yep.
Beam. Very smart interrupt against the eruption.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You say you're going to have to get rid of your limit regardless. If I can create at least some pressure, maybe some extra percent, that's big. But wow, that's rage for you, baby.
Yeah, huge right there. And I mean, just as you were saying, like the choice, because we know that Climb Hazard is not completely safe. So even for the Blade Beam, and how many players under pressure like that would go for that option?
So it's also like how close they are. Sometimes you'll see people cross slash if they're really close and then go for that B. Sometimes you'll see people go past the ledge with the up B. And sometimes you'll go for that Blade Beam. Sometimes you'll just use the up B. Regardless, Ewok really, really good at those safe pressure back airs, max distance. So he's able to find his percent there. I'm sorry, the kill there, but Ike sitting at 200%. That was a lot of percent. But, you know, not taking any extra credit, it doesn't really matter. We're back in the action.
One unsafe down tilt, and then Waldo racked on 17%. Still, all right. Ewok finding the hit, hanging on to his limit this time. Gets the lift on Waldo.
Okay, let's talk about neutral real quick.
Yep.
We saw Waldo go for the tomahawk grab at super early percent. And because of that, he got it. And I'll be honest, that was sick.
That was insane.
That was sick.
The neutral tech read.
But what I'm saying is just like little tidbits like that where you say, okay, I'm going to go for the tomahawk grab here. I know I'm not going to get anything big off of it, but I'm going to contain my neutral advantage. I'm going to just keep it going. I'm going to have that, and I'm going to just kind of chase down afterwards. And because of that, I'm going to keep it going, keep getting in my head, in Waldo's head, and just take it to the bank. And we saw him with that nair to finishing touch, man. Yeah. Crazy.
And he laid it all down, because once he used that finishing touch, he was completely naked. Like, he had to to start fishing for other things. And I don't know if Ewok really had a game plan for that, but fortune favors the bold. Here we are in game 2. All right, quick down tilts at back air, getting 28%.
Interesting stage pick. I personally, I love taking Cloud here, but Cloud still just do so well here at the same time, you know?
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a stage that a lot of Ike players, at least Floridian one, because we know that Rio loves this stage, like to go to.
Sword fighters, too.
You can get a lot of movement around in Battlefield, and as long as you can manage Cloud's up airs, you can still get away scot-free. So dodge that finishing touch. Now Ewok without makes it the hole without a major option to go to.
Well, let's talk about the dynamic.
Oh, and read that spot dodge.
Maybe we should just talk about the upside.
Holy!
All right, the dynamic between these two characters on this stage. Advantage, disadvantage. Advantage is Ike just can catch landings because of the platforms, right? He knows you're going to go to those platforms. I'm going to throw out this big hitboxes. It's going to keep you up. It's going to be hard for you to find your spot. Now, on the other hand, Cloud can find the combos because of these platforms.
Yeah.
Not only can he ladder you, but he can just keep throwing out these up airs. He's going to find a lot of stuff, and the ladder is a big thing. but also the Nair is a big thing. So we're going to see kind of like how it goes back and forth with these two guys.
Yeah,
dodge.
I do like the fact that shield pressure on this stage adds another layer to the matchup.
Definitely.
Because Waldo can throw like forward air as Ike, get some shield damage, and then throw a back air right at the toes and get a shield poke, which is really what he's been going for. If he's underneath Ewok, he's going to open with that and then try to find a hole in the defense, trying to chink in the armor, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right, because these guys play closer quarters. So because of that, they're just probably going to play a little more defensive.
Ooh, beautiful tech, though.
So yeah, they're going to throw out shield more, and because of that, it changes the dynamic. They're also going to set up camp underneath these platforms. It changes the dynamic. They're not going to run away, and because of that, you see the shield pressure, maybe even some shield breaks. Probably not in this matchup, but regardless, it's crazy because it completely changes the dynamic of this matchup.
And the throw range that Waldo's finding, he does like forward throw to get him off stage when he's at a higher percent, but at lower ones, he's throwing up. If he's in the center stage, tries to throw, see if he can force an air dodge out of Ewok, and then that's really the punish he's looking for. He goes for the up air this time because he knows that Ewok isn't really going to challenge it, but this might play a role later on. Oh my goodness.
You're a mad
Huge call-outs with these up smashes, taking both stocks in game 2. Waldo finding his way over 101.
I love it. That 2 up smashes, man. That's crazy. We did see Ewok going earlier for the reverse nair into finishing touch again, but privy of that, Waldo did shield it. He didn't get hit by that, and I believe it's if you don't tech it, but don't quote me on that. Obviously, I mess up my cloud knowledge every once in a while, but regardless, we saw that big up smash coming out from Waldo. Now on FD, getting rid of those platforms, saying I'm a little more comfortable here. I'll go for that easy cross slash damage.
Yeah, not only a great great tool to deter, say, the people who rush in, but a great anti-air even. Like, you can actually use cross slash to stop an aerial approach, which Ike's nair isn't very fast. So if you know when Waldo's going to come in, you can use that to stop him. But oh my goodness.
I love how these guys go. They're playing so well right now. They're going so back and forth. You notice that?
Yeah. Just a complete visceral game out of these guys. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. These guys
Waldo's
are
really
insane.
trying him with these counters.
Yeah.
He throws them sporadically, but when he does, you know, like, it comes with audacity. Like, he's really just saying, I know where you're going to be.
You also see these guys playing like people from the same region, like people that are training partners. You could tell.
Yeah.
You see that? The audacity to just run up air there?
With nothing else. No nuance to it.
Nothing else.
He just shows up and says, hey, I got my briefcase. Time to work. Another blade beam out of Ewok. He's really been going to the well with those. I haven't seen a cross slash out of him in this set.
Yeah, you're right.
He's gone for finishing touch and blade beam. I don't even think we've seen a limit climb hazard, but unless it's recovery.
Well, we did see it.
Whips the grab, spot dodges it, and then he commits to the cross slash.
Oh, yes. That was so smart. That's actually kind of funny because he waited for that. Because he had no rage, I don't think up air would have killed at all.
Right.
And so because of that, he just kind of waited, and he got the just much better punish, I would say.
Still, Waldo trying the counters. Oh, and F smash, just a walk away.
That move is so deceptively fast. Look at that.
Oh.
He was waiting there for them to make a defensive option. And instead, we just saw the counterplay, which is kind of like the full loop in rock, paper, scissors, where you just counterattack. Pivot grab, great stuff.
Mr. Bandit Keith.
Mr. Bandit Keith, you're right.
Never forget.
Oh, man. That was so cool.
Shout out to Smash the Record.
Yeah,
anyway,
all right.
still in this game.
Look, see that, a little bit of a wait, but again, he was looking for a defensive option coming out from Waldo. Waldo's not going to bite. Let's see if Ewok kind of picks it up, goes for just like right away something big, if he's able to find it. But I don't know. This is looking tough because there's a little bit of a momentum coming out from Waldo.
All right, misses the jab. Just delayed the third hit too, and found a window here through Waldo. Waldo's been hanging on to the ledge quite a bit. And that's here's the cross slash that we were ordering.
This is the one time I didn't want to see it either.
They didn't do it. No, he still had the jump, but he is very low. Still makes it back with the ether. Yeah, caught the counter, but he's still rising with the nair.
When you try to like run past someone and pivot grab, and then they're too big, and you just run.
You just stop next to him, yeah. All right, Ewok still on his jump, and the eruption.
Poor guy.
Gigantic hitbox, but we are going 3 of 5, so Waldo is up 2-1. We are not done yet, folks. And
that's tough for Ewok because he was doing so well that whole game, but the cross slash, I don't think that was the best option. He's so good at reacting with like the uppies out of shield. You know, he could have just held on for that.
Yeah.
Waited to get that climb hazard out of shield. He was at the perfect percent to do that. He didn't have to commit. He could have just waited, you know?
Yeah, I think Ewok he's been trying to use a lot of his specials on an aerial landing from Waldo. When I think that the best time that he should probably pull the trigger is when he's inside of the hitbox. Like when you guys are next to each other, when you're right here going toe to toe, that's the time you pull the trigger on limit.
Because think about it, like Waldo, these guys both have swords. It's not like they're super safe pressure. Sometimes it's safe, but that climb hazard comes out so fast, especially if you're able to find like a perfect shield or something.
Yeah, and again, just the history of their set so far, these guys have been throwing a lot of unsafe fairs to shield. And I think that time when you can find that Waldo is going to overextend to one of those, that's when you pull the trigger. Like, throw the big move. Oh my goodness. Waldo tried, but got punished by Ewok.
These guys are trying to get in each other's head. And you can tell that, look at their smiles on their face.
Yeah, these guys are laughing. Waldo, I haven't, last week at the Arcadian, I said that he looked like the unhappy father. It's like, you were out past curfew. Like, what are you doing over here? Now Waldo's smiling. Like, I don't know what's happening anymore. It's a completely different set.
Because Ewok's like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I'll be better next time.
Because he had that shadow on him. He still does. Like, you can see. He's like, 5 after 11.
So innocent. Look at that face, man. These guys play together.
Waldo, very
funny story. I used to play chess with my dad, and he kept like a scoreboard on the wall until I started beating him consistently, and then he just disappeared, man.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
All right, up till sending Waldo up again. This is his last shot, but not of the set. He still has a 1-game cushion.
Yes.
Try to go for the eruption.
That was so smart.
Ewok has been using Blade Beam so effectively against those eruption attempts. It's crazy how he's sniping him out of that and saving his life in the process. Just throws an up tilt, casual with it. Ewok unfluttered.
Oh, wow. Let it swing, baby.
And that's another one. Like I said, he's been using the limit attack
right away
on landing.
Yeah.
Like he's waiting for Waldo to come down to the ground. He's like, all right, you're either going to air dodge into the stage or you shield it, and then I'll have something.
Yeah.
But you won't have those attribute boosts. And fortunately, it hits, but when it doesn't, what else do you have to go with? What's in the tank? So I really appreciate the way that Ewok's kind of keeping himself in this set that we're at 2-2 now.
Game 5?
But yeah, game 5, baby. And
Losers finals.
This is my message to you, the stream viewer. Share out the stream, man. Twitch.tv/PolarityGG. Hit it up on Twitter. Losers finals. We're gonna go into grand finals. Dyer over here, who dropped some sweet commentary knowledge a moment ago. He's gonna grace us with some awesome gameplay, I'm sure.
Ewok. So Ewok drove us here today. I feel like if Ewok wins here, he's not going to get as much gas money as he would have gotten regardless. You could have 10% of my gas money. All right, so
Waldo
off the
at an early
bat,
deficit, yeah.
But this is battle of attrition, man. It's so volatile.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And it's not even really who gets the crown, because Waldo's been dropping the hammer, swinging that slab of ribs, just kind of catching him in the face. And getting kills at much earlier percentages than what Ewok's been managing.
Yeah, and that's why momentum is so big in this matchup in particular, but just in general with these sword fighters who rack on that a lot of percent, especially early percent. It's just because you'll see Ewok go just ham, and then all of a sudden Waldo just brings it all the way back. How did he do that? Well, he started getting the momentum. He started getting the 1-2 piece hit combos, but he kept on getting them right in a row.
Collecting those harvests.
Wow. First hit of up B, it gets onto the ledge and then instantly throws out the up air. Kind of actually makes me think of Ike, honestly. That's an Ike thing.
And just the way that pulled him off the stage, I didn't think that would have happened. That had to be something Ewok practiced. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, great reaction regardless. It's a challenge. Again and again and again, Waldo is challenging him. And Ewok, like, turning to him. And I honestly, you know, Ewok knows. He definitely knows.
Yeah, Waldo bleeding right now. Ewok is sensing it, man. He finds it in the water. He's like, I'm going to keep going. I'm whacking this mole.
Yeah, look at that. Whacking indeed. Look at this. 127%. This is tough because he's right around the percent now where it doesn't really matter that he doesn't have rage. But it does matter that Ike has rage.
Oh, and the air dodges the cross slash.
That's the defensive thing that he was looking for the entire time. And, you know, it was great for him to actually still look for it